Hello everyone. So in this lecture we'll see the different types of lattices that is important. Okay. So guys, let us begin with the types of lattices. So guys, yes, what is a lattice? I already discussed in the last lecture types of lattices. We'll see in this lecture. Okay. So guys, I already told you guys that if a poset is a lattice, then guaranteed we can say that greatest and least elements will be there. Yes or no? Yes, so we can say that inside any lattice, greatest and least elements must be there, isn't it? Okay. If greatest and least both are not existing, then we can say that that particular hash diagram is not a lattice, isn't it? That means, yes, that is the compulsory, or we can say that that is the must. We can say that, yes, both least and greatest element must be required inside the lattice. Otherwise, that won't be a lattice. But remember, if greatest and least elements are present inside any hash diagram, that doesn't mean that is lattice, isn't it? But if it is lattice, then greatest and least both will be present. Okay. So first one we can say that yes, we can say that let one represents greatest element be the greatest element and 0 be the least element. These are the representations, nothing else. Elements of the lattice. 0 be the least element of the lattice. Isn't it? So 0 be the least element of the lattice. Now you only tell me. First type of lattice is bounded lattice. Bounded lattice. So you can write down the definition. A poset, let's say, first of all, lattice is what? Poset. Now we'll see what is the bounded lattice. So we can say that a poset, this one is a poset, is said to be bounded lattice if it is a lattice, we can say that with greatest and least element. With greatest and least element. Also we can say that if it is yes, or we can say that any lattice is there, then guaranteed greatest and least will be there. So we can say that every lattice will be yes known as, or we can say that called as bounded lattice. Whatever be the lattice, we can call that lattice as a bounded lattice, because this is the by default greatest and least elements will be there inside any lattice. So every lattice can be called as bounded lattice trivially. So we can say that trivially every lattice is a bounded lattice, no problem at all. Okay, so because we can say that, write down trivially every lattice has greatest and least element. So we can say that every lattice is bounded lattice. Every lattice is what? Bounded lattice. So next one, that is important one, that is complement lattice. Second one is what? Complement lattice. So that is important. Questions are frequent from this particular type of lattice, complement. So we can say that a lattice is said to be complement lattice. First of all, it must be a lattice, and along with that we can say that for every element belong to the yes this particular lattice, complement must exist. Then only we can say that that lattice is known as complement. And now we'll see what will be the, or how to find the complement of any element inside a lattice. We'll see right now. Okay, so first write down the definition of complement lattice. So we can say that if in a lattice if at least one complement exists for every, we can say that, element A belongs to L, then we can say that such a lattice is called a complement lattice, isn't it? So remember here, yes, what are the representation? Yes, here we will represent greatest element of the lattice with 1 and the least element with 0, isn't it? Okay, so we can say that write down one note. What is the complement? Write down one note. The complement of an element in a lattice, we can say that, yes, is an element which satisfies both the properties given below. So these two properties must be satisfied, then we can say that, yes, that will be the complement. Okay, so we can say that for every element A belongs to lattice L, there exists one element B belongs to the same lattice, such that, you only tell me, such that, yes, try to concentrate here. A or B means least upper bound of A comma B or supremum of A comma B must exist, and that must be, yes, greatest element of the lattice, isn't it? Similarly, as well as, yes, along with that, A and B means what? Infimum of A and B, or we can say that greatest lower bound of A comma B must exist, and that must be equal to least element of the lattice. Then only we can say that, yes, B is the complement of A, isn't it? So we can say that now here A complement is what? B, isn't it? Then we can say that complement of A is called as B. So for any element, a complement will exist when, yes, we take the, yes, supremum of A and B, that must be exist and must be equal to greatest element of the lattice, and we can say that infimum of A and B must be the least element of the lattice. Then we can say that B is called as, yes, complement of A. I hope this one is clear to everyone, isn't it? Okay, so let us take one example or various examples, and we'll see whether this is complement lattice or not. Okay, so for every element we will try to find one element. If we take the, we can say that supremum, then that must be the greatest element, and if we take the infimum, that must be the least element, isn't it? So let us take one example. Let's say, check whether the following hash diagrams are complement lattice or not, are complement lattice or not. So first one, let us take this one. Here we can say that, yes, complement of A is B and complement of B is A. Why? Because we can take A or B. Yes, we can take A or B means supremum of A or B, that is the least upper bound. So upper bound will be the B only, and that will be the, if that is the greatest element of the lattice. Here you can see, yes, greatest element is what? B, and least element is A. Similarly, we can say that A and B is what? That is A, that is the least element. So we can say that complement of A is B. Similarly, we can take, yes, B or A is what? That is B or A. That is, we can say that B, that is the greatest element. Similarly, B and A is the, yes, A, that is the least element. So we can say that complement of B is A, isn't it? So we can say that for every element, we can say that B and A complements are existing. So that one is the complement lattice, isn't it? So let us take one more example. Let us take second example. Let's say this one. Now you only tell me, yes, one hash diagram is given to you. Let's say that is A, B, C. Now let us consider what is the complement of A. We can say that C, and complement of C will be the A. And you can see, yes, you can see here A or C will be what? Yes, least upper bound will be the C, that is the greatest element. Here greatest element is C and least element is A. Yes or no? So we can say that greatest element C and least element is A. So here least upper bound is existing and that is equals to greatest. Similarly, A and C is what? That is A, that is the least element. Yes or no? So we can say that complement of A is C. And similarly, you can say that complement of C will be A only. Or you can remember, yes, you can observe from here. Yes, we can say that complement of least element will be what? Greatest, and complement of greatest will be the least only, isn't it? Next one, let us take what is the complement of B. So let us take C. B or C is it, what is that? Least upper bound. Upper bound is C, that is the least. So we can say that, yes, that is the, yes, greatest element of the lattice. But you only tell me what is B and C. B and C means greatest lower bound. So lower bounds will be what? B and A, and which one is greatest? B. So B, that is not the least element of the lattice. That's why we can say that yes, C is not a complement of B. Similarly, you can check. Let us consider A, whether A is the complement of B or not. So B or A will be what? Least upper bound. Upper bounds will be B and C, and least will be B, and that is not the greatest element of the, yes, lattice. So that's why we can say that yes, neither A nor B, both of them, yes, A and C, we can say that A and C, neither A nor C are the complement of the element B. So we can say that complement of B does not exist here. So if any element is there inside any lattice for which we can say that complement does not exist, then we can say that that one will be not a complement lattice. So we can say that here complement of A and C are existing, but complement of B does not exist. That's why we can say that this one is not a complement lattice. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So yes, let us take one more example. Let's say third one. Here also, let's say this is A, B, C, and D. Now you can see here least, complement of least will be the greatest, and complement of greatest will be least. You can see, yes, we can say that you can take supremum and infimum. You will see, yes, greatest and least elements will be there respectively. So here greatest element of the lattice is D and least element is A. Now what will be the complement of B? So complement of B will be the C and complement of C will be the B. Or you can apply the double complement law. Yes, complement of complement, that will give you the complement of C equals to B. How we can say that? Let us take B or C, that will be the what? D, that is the greatest element of the lattice, and B and D, B and C, that is the A, that is the least element. So we can say that complement of B is C. Similarly, you can find out the complement of C, that will be the B only. That's why we can say that this lattice is also a complement lattice. Okay, let us take next example. Let's say fourth one. Let's say this is given. Let's say this one is A, B, C, then D, E, F, and G. Okay, one hash diagram is given to you. Yes, you can find out here greatest element is G and least element of the lattice is A. Now you can take, let's say, complement of A will be what? G. Complement of G will be what? A. Complement of, you only tell me, E will be what? You only tell me. So complement of E, yes, let us take any example. Let's say F. So E or F will be what? that is what G, that is the greatest element. Yes, no problem. What will be the E and F? Greatest lower bound. So lower bound will be D, B, C, A. Yes, among these, which one is greatest? D, but that is not equal to the least element of the, yes, we can say that lattice. So F is not a complement of E. Similarly, you can take E and D, then also E and B, E and C. Yes, you can take any example, any element with E, nobody will satisfy, we can say that no one will satisfy this condition. So here you can say that complement of E does not exist. You can check, isn't it? For no one, or we can say that for no element, this condition will satisfy. Similarly, we can say that complement of E does not exist, complement of F does not exist, complement of D does not exist, complement of B does not exist, complement of C does not exist. So we can say that these many elements does not have, okay, complement. So these elements do not have complement. So that's why we can say that this given lattice is not a complement lattice, isn't it? Okay. Remember, first of all, it must be a lattice, isn't it? For example, let's say whether this next example, whether, yes, this one is a complement lattice or not. Yes, A, B, C, D, E, whether this one is a complement lattice or not. So in the last lecture we seen this particular hash diagram is not even a lattice, and if it is not a lattice, then there is no meaning of complement lattice. So simply we can say that this is not a lattice. If it is not a lattice, then there is no meaning of complement lattice. That's why we can say that this one is neither lattice nor a complement lattice. So be careful, isn't it? Let us take one more example. Let's say sixth one, let's say this hash diagram is given. Let's say these are the elements A, B, C, D, E. Now complement, here we can say that greatest element is what? E, and least element is A. You can find out complement of A will be E and complement of E will be A. Similarly, you can see complement of B will be C as well as D. Complement of C will be what? B as well as D. And complement of D will be B comma C. For every element, complement is existing. At least one complement is existing for every element. That's why we can say that this one is what? This one is complement lattice. How to check? Let's say B complement is C. How? So you can take B or C is what? E, that is the greatest element of the, yes, lattice. Similarly, B and C, that is A, that is the least element. So we can say that complement of B is C. Similarly, we see in complement of B is D. How? You can check B or D is what? That is E, that is the greatest element of the lattice. Similarly, B and we can say that D, that is what? We can say that A, that is the least element of the lattice. So we can say that yes, complement of B is D as well, isn't it? So in this manner you can check. Yes, you need to find greatest lower bound and least upper bound. Greatest lower bound with that particular element or complement, we can say that must be the, yes, greatest element, and greatest lower bound must be the least element, isn't it? Okay, so in this manner you can check whether the given lattice is a complement lattice or not. For every element there must exist at least one complement, then we can say that that lattice is a complement lattice. And first of all, that lattice must be a, yes, lattice, isn't it? Okay, write down next one. Let's say next example. Let's say one lattice is given to you, or one hash diagram is given to you. This is lattice as well, you can see. Here, let's say A, B, C, D, and E. So in this hash diagram, we can say that greatest element is E and least element is A. Now you can check. Yes, you only tell me. Complement of E will be what? We can say that A, and complement of A will be E only. Now we can say that the complement of least will be the greatest and the complement of greatest will be the least. You can identify, and in the first example itself I clarify this thing, isn't it? I clarified. Okay. Now you only tell me Here complement of B is C, complement of C is B, and complement of C is B as well as D, and complement of, we can say that D is what? That is C. You can check yes or no. Yes, let us take, let's say B and C. Yes, I said complement of B is C, so B or C is equals to E or not? Least upper bound, isn't it? B or C, upper bounds of B and C are only E, and that will be the least only. D is not the upper bound of B or C. Why? Because D is greater than D but not comparable with C. So in the upper bound of B and C, yes, D will not be there, isn't it? Okay. Now you only tell me B or C, or similarly B and C will be what? Greatest. Lower bound is A, that will be the greatest only. So this is the, yes, greatest element of the lattice, and this one is the least element of the lattice. So we can say that yes, we can say that complement of B will be the C only. Similarly, complement of C, yes, complement of B is C. Similarly, we can say that complement of, let's say, D, that is, I said C, so you can again check D or C is what? E, that is the greatest element of the lattice. Similarly, D and C, that is what we can say that greatest lower bound. So lower bound will include only A. Yes, lower bound of D and C does not include B. Why? Because B is smaller than D but not comparable with C. So A is smaller than both C and D. So we can say that that will be the greatest as well. So that is A, and that is the least element of the, yes, given lattice. So we can say that yes, complement of D will be the C. In this manner we can find out the complement of, yes, every element or any element. So in this lattice we can see, yes, every element has at least one complement. That's why we can say that this one is complement lattice. Okay, I hope this one is clear to everyone. So moving to the next one, let us consider some properties of complement lattice. You can assume any complement lattice. Yes, properties of complement lattice, isn't it? First property is what? Yes, A or A complement will be the greatest element, and A complement means greatest least lower bound will be the least element. Second, I already told you complement of least will be what? Greatest, and complement of greatest will be the least. Third one, you can see complement of a complement will be the same element. And fourth one, you can apply, you can check A or B whole complement. A or B means least upper bound of A and B. If we take the least upper bound of A and B, then that will be equals to A complement and B complement. Similarly, A and B whole complement will be the A complement or B complement. You can verify in every complement lattice, you can see, yes, whatever be the complement lattice, you can verify these ones. These are the ultimately De Morgan's law. So that means here or means what? Least upper bound, and means greatest lower bound. You can verify these results. These will be applicable for complement lattice, isn't it? So that's all about, we can say that guys, the complement lattice, that is, we can say that that is very important. And next type is that is distributive lattice. Third one is distributive lattice. This one is also important. Distributive lattice. So where we can say that, let us take or let us write the definition of distributive lattice. So a lattice is a distributive lattice if and only if for every A comma B comma C belongs to L, distributivity holds. Distributivity holds. So A or B and C, that must be equals to A or B and A or C. Similarly, A and B or C must be equals to A and B or we can say that A and C. So both these must exist or must hold. So meaning is what here, or means what, least upper bound, and n means what, greatest lower bound. So for every triplet of A, B, C, these two properties must be satisfied. Then only we can say that distributive lattice. So remember, this is very tedious job because we need to consider every triplet A, B, C belongs to the lattice L, and for every such a triplet we can say that for every such possible triplet these two properties or distributivity must hold. So that is, you can imagine, very tedious job, isn't it? Let us consider a lattice has 10 elements, so triplets will be how many? 10C3. 10C3 is a big number, and for every triplet these two properties must be satisfied. Then only we can say that that will be the distributive lattice. But some theorems and some well-known distributive lattices are there, and these will be helpful for you guys to find out the distributivity or not, whether the lattice is distributive or not. So one by one we'll see some well-known distributive lattice, as well as we'll see some theorems, and these will be useful to, yes, solve any particular question based on distributive lattice. Okay, so let us consider one by one. So consider the following lattice. Let's say consider the following lattice. Following lattices. First one, let's say this is the kite structure. Let's say A, that is B, C, D, E, and one more lattice, let's say that is pentagon structure. That is A, B, C, D, E. So this is well known, we can say that kite structure, and this one is pentagon. So we need to check whether these are distributive lattice or not. So consider any three element. I'm picking one counter triplet, isn't it? So let us consider B, C, D. So you only tell me what will be the, yes, we can say that B and C or D must be equal to B and C or B and D. So or means what? We can say that least upper bound, and means what? Greatest lower bound. So here C or D will be what? Yes, we can say that that will be in left hand side. This is B, and C or D will be what? The least upper bound, that is E. And what is the greatest lower bound of B and E? B and E greatest lower bound will be the B only. And in right hand side we can say that yes, B and C, that will be the greatest lower bound of B and C will be A, and B and D, that will be the, yes, A. So yes, A or A means yes, least upper bound of A, that is A only. Yes or no? So here we can say that left hand side not equals to right hand side. That's why we can say that this is a non-distributive lattice. So we can say that yes, this kite structure is well known non-distributive lattice, isn't it? Similarly, here also let us take one counter set, let's say DBC. So let's say D and B or C must be equal to D and B or D and C. So here B or C will be what? The least upper bound of B or C, that will be the E only. So D and E will be what? In left hand side. Greatest lower bound of D and E, that will be what? D only. In right hand side, what is the greatest lower bound of D and B? Greatest lower bound of D and B is what? Yes, this structure is exactly like that. Let's say yes, C is above, that is C. So what is D and B? So D and B will be what? We can say that that is A, and D and C will be what? We can say that that is, yeah, C. So this becomes A or C, isn't it? A or C. and A or C means least upper bound of A and C, that will be the, yes, C only. So we can say that LHS is not equals to RHS. So we can say that this pentagon is also a well-known non-distributive lattice. Well-known non-distributive lattice, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So kite and non-pentagon structures are non-distributive lattice, isn't it? Okay. So one theorem is there. That theorem says that any lattice contains these type of structures will not be the distributive lattice. So write down that theorem. Theorem says that a lattice is not distributive if it contains a sublattice isomorphic to one of the non-distributive lattice. So non-distributive lattice, like we can say that kite and pentagon structure, isn't it? That means what we can say that, let us, one structure is like that, let's say this is the given structure, isn't it? And in this particular structure, let's say one kite structure is there. So because of this sublattice, that is kite, that is we know that is non-distributive, so ultimately we can say that this particular lattice will be the non-distributive lattice. So in this any, we can say that lattice, if you see any non-distributive lattice like kite or pentagon, that is the sublattice, then entire lattice will be not a distributive lattice. So this theorem can you help to solve some problems, isn't it? Next one. Next theorem says that, that is also important. Let's say next theorem is what? In a distributive lattice, if a complement exists for an element, then that is unique if exists. So we can use this theorem, means in that way, in a reverse manner, let's say, means if complement exists, then that is unique. But if complement does not exist, then this theorem cannot help you. So in any lattice, if complement of a element is not unique, then guaranteed that will be non-distributive. That is the meaning. So let us take one example. Let's say, yes, you only tell me. Let's say this lattice is given to you, isn't it? Okay, here kite structure is also there, so directly you can say that that is non-distributive. But this theorem will help you, yes, at various places. Let's say this is A, B, C, D, E. So and F. So here we can say that complement of B is what? C as well as D as well as E. So more than one complement are there for B. So we can say that that is non-distributive. So remember, this theorem will help you only when you are finding the complement of any element and that is not unique. Then guaranteed that will be the non-distributive. But if we finding the complement and complement is not existing, then this theorem will not help you. Because this theorem says that if exist, then that must be unique, isn't it? Here are existing more than one. For B you can see, for C also, for D as well, and for E as well. So we can say that yes, this theorem means in any lattice, if you find any element that has more than one complement, then guaranteed that will be non-distributive, isn't it? So yes, any question will be there, so easily you can do. Yes, with the help of these theorems will be helpful for you guys. Otherwise, if these theorems are not working, so then you need to take every triplet and you need to check distributivity property for every triplet, isn't it? Okay, so that's all about, we can say that three kinds of lattices. That is, we can say that first one bounded, then complement, and then distributive lattice, isn't it? Okay, so in the next lecture we'll see what is sublattice, and we'll see, yeah, some more types of lattices, isn't it? But these types are very very important for any exam. Okay, I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay, okay guys, thank you so much.